what's life about?
I think life's about living it in a way that you enjoy everything and you don't kind of look back and regret on it. Everything you do, you did it for a reason, and you did it for enjoyment or for a certain purpose, or you look back and it was an experience. And I think it's creating experiences. Some of the best memories are literally all about traveling, and some of the girls and guys I know that I've been close with since year 8 to this day, you know, 5 or so years out of school, I'm really close with them, and I'm very thankful that they're still around and I'm still with them. Obviously I got injured when I was, 17 or so. I was in, pretty average situation where when I was in rehab and getting better and things like that, I saw a lot of people go down a path of just depression, and they had no one around supporting them. They weren't doing what the physios were telling them to do. They weren't doing what the doctors were telling them to do because they thought there was no point to it.
Why do you think your mindset was so different to theirs?
I think I've always growing up surrounded by, I got 3 brothers, very close family. I think it was just, I was always positive, and you're always very strong growing up. You always have to, back yourself. I think from that, and literally the people I grew around with in Pius, they always encouraged me, and internally I always end up with really positive outlook on life. And as soon as I got injured, literally straight after, in hospital, my mates came in, they didn't treat me any differently. And yeah, I think that's what's really kept me going. That's what's always built up my confidence, and what's always kept me going, because I've always had to stick up for myself. So if something ripped into me, I would always throw it back. And I think that's really got me to where I need to be. But yeah, obviously I had those down times, but then luckily I was always able to call one of my mates up and just go, I'm not good. They would say something, they would talk me through it, and then within a few minutes I was back to normal, and they'll start calling me a dickhead again. Over the past 5 years, the reason I'm as good as I am is because I'm surrounded myself with a good network of family and friends. And I think that's a real big impact on my life, and that's why I can't appreciate the people I surround myself with enough.
Do you think your answer to what's life about would have been different before?
That was completely different.
To after? Were you different?
Well, I was always positive. I was always very positive. If anything, I became more positive after I got injured, because it was kind of like you have to. When I was at school, I was very much like, I'll do the work, but I really had no ambitions. All I do was surf, play sport, go to parties, do all that. After it, I started changing. So at the start, I was very much I had my own goals, learn to walk in, things like that, and go back to school, go back in that mindset where I was I just love being here, because it's like a second life again. I've been given the opportunity to actually sit here again. And then I started thinking about it, going, oh shit, maybe I can actually do things in my life now. I can push myself. And at 17, me and my brother started the White Knight Foundation, and we've helped so many people from that. So I always I got that self-motivation, that internal motivation to say, shit, I can actually do this if I put my mindset to it. From where I was as a person, I think, I definitely think I changed. Obviously I do wish I was, I wish I never got injured and things like that, but you deal with the hand you were given, and I just kind of think, use it and just roll with it. So if anything, I'm slightly more positive. I'll definitely be more adventurous. I'd love to get back to surfing and things like that.
Yeah. Where has that positioned you in your life now? What are the main things that you're working on now?
Physically, it put me, fairly behind the 8 ball. I do sometimes get down because I can't run and play sport and do all that, which I love doing. Health is, priority number 1 really, and I think that's what I just want to give myself opportunities. I think that's what life's about, so I can create more experiences. Because everyone's fighting their own battles, no one really knows, and not many people know how to get out of where they want to be or how to get to where they want to be. One of the things I've been doing lately is I've changed my own sleep cycle just to get up early in the morning. And what I've realised is that you might not do anything, like it gives you an opportunity to do something with your day.
So what's life about?
I really don't want to look back when I'm old and say I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So I think life is about spending it with the people you really enjoy and you really love, and building even more connections.